What is up, YouTube? This is your boy ATUM-RE coming back at you with another video, and today we're going to be comparing both Mossbergs against each other. We got the Mossberg 590A1, and then we got the Mossberg 590 Shockwave, but it's actually in 20 gauge. And I have to kind of stand back so we can get the entire 590A1 in the picture because it's a very, very long gun. Pretty much takes over the entire table, but we're going to go ahead and get to the round table and go in and we'll compare them. Do some ammo comparisons and category comparisons as usual. But let's go ahead and go in. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy ATUM-RE coming at you guys with another video. And before I go in, like I tell you in every video, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and share the video. And today we're going to be talking about my boomsticks. It's going to be the 590 Shockwave, which is going to be, you know, a gun that we kind of went over a million times. I know you guys have seen it a million times on my channel, but again, it's an other, so this is really not a shotgun in some states. So make sure you check your state laws before you purchase this gun, because it is actually illegal in some states. But again, it's the 590 Shockwave in 20 gauge, and again, it has a 14-inch barrel. All right, and now we're going to have the Big Mama 590A1 Mossberg. It's a tactical shotgun with ghost ring sights, and it also has the special stock that holds 4 extra shells, so you have 2 on each side. And this is a 20-inch smooth bore shotgun. Alright, so I just want to kind of go over a few categories with the guns here, and the first category is going to be stopping power. Obviously, a 12 gauge is going to be a bit stronger because you're going to have more lead going down range. However, the 20 gauge is no punk. It's actually a very good option for home defense. And the follow-up shots on 20 gauge is actually going to be quite easier because it's going to be a lighter load. They say it's 60% less recoil than a 12 gauge, and to me it didn't really feel that way. But the 20 gauge is definitely not something to sleep on. I feel very confident that I would be able to put down an intruder with one shot, believe it or not, with 20 gauge, because the ammo that I run is going to be number 3 buckshot, and that's going to be 21 rounds coming down range at you. And the ammo that I run here with this big baby here is going to be either number 4 buckshot, which is 27 pellets, or double lock buckshot. A lot of people say number 4 is better because it has less penetration, but double lock buckshot is going to be more powerful. Either way, at close range, an intruder is going to get a golf ball size hole in them. Okay. As far as ease of use and acquisition, the big Mossberg is going to be much easier because it actually has a stock, so you can get your 4 points of contact. It's going to be much easier for shot acquisition, because you actually have a stable place to shoot, which is on your shoulder, versus the Shockwave, which you would actually have to hold out because it's actually a pistol grip, so you have to actually hold it out, so it's going to be more like a pistol, and it's going to be a lot harder, but it's not impossible. One thing I've learned on this gun is that if you're aiming at something, you want to shoot just low of what you're trying to shoot at, and you'll usually get it on target. But again, if you shoot anybody, any man in the torso, I don't care how big he is, he can be the size of Shannon Sharp, you shoot him in the torso, it's going to be a one-hitter quitter. And that's why I like shotguns so much, because again, it just does so much power per round. So if I shoot at something, I'm going to send multiple rounds down range, and that's my preference for home defense, is going to be shotgun. I know some people like AR-15s, and that is a very good option as well. My only point of contention is over penetration. Those 223 bullets and 556 bullet can go through some drywall, and I hear people say, well, they tumble, and I've seen tests that debunk that. I mean, those things continue to fly, and I have a 300 blackout, so again, I'm not comfortable shooting that in my home, which I don't ever want to shoot any gun in my home, but if I had a choice, I'm going to go with these shot shells, okay, because they are going to put the threat down in one instant, and also it's going to have less penetration than a rifle bullet. Now, the fundamental differences, again, is going to be obviously the size, and that this is a pistol grip. And the capacity is going to be 5+1, which again is good enough for a home invasion. A lot of people watch too many movies. They think they're going to be in a long shootout. Been watching too much Heat. The average home invasion, you're going to end up shooting 3 shots, and if it's even multiple home intruders, once that first shot goes off, they're running. Home invaders are looking for a soft target. They're not looking to engage in a battle. Trust me when I tell you that. So even if you shoot and miss, which I don't recommend, they're actually going to run. Okay, most home invaders are not looking for a fight. They're looking for an easy target. But what I want to do now is I'm going to go ahead and look at some of the loads, and then we're going to come right. This is some of the loads that we're using. So this is our bird shot in 20 gauge. There's going to be 7.5 shots, 7/8 ounce, and the velocity is going to be about 1275, 2 3/4. So that's going to be bird shot for 20 gauge, and 20 gauge always comes in yellow. And then you're going to have the 12 gauge 2 3/4. This is going to be 6 shot. It's going to be a 1 ounce bird shot shell, which is 1325 velocity. Again, there is your 20 gauge. All right, so we're going to move over to our home defense options here, and this is going to be buckshot for 20 gauge. This is going to be number 3, and this is going to be double buckshot. The 20 gauge does not have the velocity listed on there, but it's usually going to be less than 20 gauge in most instances. But there you go. 20 gauge is always going to be yellow, and 12 gauge can come in several different colors. All right, let's move over to the slugs. All right, we got some 20 gauge Winchester, and believe it or not, it has the same velocity as the 12 gauge. Believe it or not, which is, you know, very rare. But there's your 12 gauge slug. There's your 20 gauge slug, and we also have some cellular and Ballocked as well. So these are just some of the loads that I use. I just didn't feel like bringing all this ammo out, but obviously 12 gauge is going to have far greater diversity. So let's get back to the round table, and we will discuss it a little bit further. Now that we looked at the ammo, I'm going to go ahead and do our little closing arguments here. All right, so again, you have the Mossberg 598-1. Again, it takes 8+1 shells. Again, you're going to sacrifice a little size, so you got to do a little practice breaching. I definitely have enough space in my home, but I've done a lot of practice drills, and I can definitely get through the hallway with this. This is a 20-inch barrel. It's not like a 28-inch, even though some people call me a FUD for liking a gun like this, but I personally prefer shotguns over AR-15s due to less penetration. 5.56, 223, and definitely 300 blackout, which I have, will penetrate more. Again, this is Shockwave 590 20 gauge. Again, it takes 5+1, and got a little side saddle here, and also got the light rail here because I plan on putting the light on here really soon, so I'm going to get that ordered. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have with these guys. You know, these are great home defense options. If you do not have a shotgun, make sure you get one. Make sure you practice with your ammo. If you're going to rely on mini shells to defend you, please run them through your gun to make sure they work, because you know a lot of people have had issues with those cycling. So make sure if you only are using mini shells, make sure you actually practice with them. I've never tried them, but I'm thinking about them. Maybe get some mini shells. I want to see what the terminal ballistics are on them anyway. Maybe get some cinder block. Haha. Even though I said I was not going to do any cinder block again. One thing I want to do though before I get out of here is that I did get some 16 gauge ammo from Cheaper Than Dirt. Somehow they sent it to me, and I'm not going to give it back. But the moral to the story is that I do not have a 16 gauge shotgun, and I would like to give this away to, you know, someone, a lucky subscriber, or someone that may have a 16 gauge shotgun. So if you have a 16 gauge shotgun, please DM me. I'd like to give these to you. Not sell them to you, but give them to you. So that means free of charge. Okay. That is pretty much all I have, guys. Again, practice with your weapon. Practice with whatever tool that you decide to use for your home defense weapon. I am a shotgun person, you know, through and through. I prefer shotguns, and definitely a pump shotgun too. So if you get a shotgun, you're gonna get one for your first shotgun. Learn on a pump shotgun first. You know, I cannot stress it enough. Some of those semi-automatics, they're very finicky, especially with bird shot and lighter loads. And you want to be able to have bird shot because you want to be able to use your shotgun for multiple different applications. So I can use this gun for home defense, and I can also use it for hunting. But that's pretty much all I have, guys. I want to say love, peace, and happiness. 2A up. The Second Amendment shall not be infringed.
Typebeats.com